Oh, Paul George. Oh, Paul George. He came out and said that if there was no LeBron James with the Miami Heat, that the Pacers would have won the chip when he played there. Am I right? Oh yeah, you know what? If the bank would be open and let me walk in there and give me 6 hours to get as much money as I get, I'd have more money than I had yesterday. I mean, Captain Obvious. What is he coming with his ideas? He spends so much time podcasting and talking instead of shooting the baskets. He's out here always running his mouth about stuff. You never was that guy. Someone got to break it down to Paul George. Yeah, I had recently had heard about it, and I thought it was comical coming from him. But that's what he do. That's how he talks. He goes onto these tangents that he acts like that. What happened was he had that bad injury in 2014, and that hurt him. But he was never the dude. I don't think that he was necessarily doing anything better than Danny Granger. I know Roy Hibbert. I know the whole thing with the broke, the what was it, the break baby or something? There was some conflict with Roy Hibbert. There was something that went on with that team that messed that chemistry up because they were set to be a threat and they lost. And he didn't finish. And he never really recovered from that. And that's when he went to OKC and he did all these travels and these moves. That guy never been the same since. He could have been one of the five greatest Pacers. I truly believe that. Had he stayed there and they won, we'll never know. He should have been able to take the baton from Reggie Miller. Now he done became such a cast off and a moving around that I've always said he was a double Junior Whopper broke Vince Carter and a triple Junior Whopper broke Kobe Bryant. Just broke. Cat that never was, that should have been. He's a shoulda, coulda. He got all the makings, the tools to be, but his mental capacity, pandemic in the bubble, couldn't hit the side of a barn, just was missing left and right. And I understand why. I get it. I get it. We're not that far from Moosehead time. I get it. But he has no excuse for his other Clipper life, his Sixer life. I mean, this is a guy that should have been probably a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he just didn't gone into obscurity. There's always this notion that if he plays for 2 or 3 weeks or a month, that he's gonna do something, and then he just resorts to injuries, and he's back to street clothes, and then he's on his podcast, and he doesn't really have anything that's memorable about his career now. We didn't forgot about him because that Pacer era was back when Instagram was new and Snapchat was new. You know how long ago that was? That's the last time he had a career that peaked. We were still messing with ringtones. I mean, I hope he understands that the data and the world didn't change. Last time he counted and mattered was the second term of Obama. You see how things done gone. That's another story, another video. But look at how things done changed and gone. I don't think he's identifying in the real world like an orbit or aliens gonna come and get him. I mean, I'm really like, but no. There's no guarantee you're gonna beat them Spurs in the finals. There ain't no guarantee you're gonna beat them Warriors. And I don't know what you talking about. But it's nice to have delusion. He very delusional. Because if he thinks that they were gonna beat those Spurs teams, he tripping. That Pacer team was good, but they weren't that memorable. They were another team that got deep in the East as the Pacers. And knowing me, I might be compelled to do a video about Pacers teams that didn't reach the finals, that seemed to be kind of stacked. So his would be in the conversation with the Metal World Peace, Jermaine O'Neal, Reggie Miller era, but not the 98 Pacers. But it's funny to hear him talk this talk because this turkey be hilarious. He should be a comedian. Now, if it wasn't for a basketball career, how about being a comedian? Because you definitely wrote a punchline here, Paul George. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share if you like it. The membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm all the time. Peace.